Hi everyone, I'm Siân.
And I am Ben.
And we are two parts of the band of Ghosts and Other Forms. Today we're going to have a geek out session and we're going to look at how we record and produce the flute to make some weird and spooky sounds. A bit like this. And a bit like this.
And the cause of our death.
Like this.
And a bit like this.
Back to you, Siân.
So when we were writing this song, In Your Skin, Ben and I were actually living together and we tried out quite a few different microphones to see what was going to make the flute sound as luscious as possible. And we went through a couple of condensers, they sounded a bit harsh, and we eventually settled on ye old trusty SM58. And of course with a pop shield to guard against those horrible poppy, windy, noisy sounds.
Yeah, I just found that the SM58 gives it a bit more of a rough and ready, just rounded sound, more modern sound.
So now Ben and I are actually living in separate warehouses quite close to each other, and we're in lockdown. So we've been recording some of our music remotely, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to lay down the flute part on our song In Your Skin, and then I'm going to send it to Ben. You ready, Ben?
Hell yeah. Go for it, Siân. That sounded epic, dude.
Great. Okay, now I'm going to send this to Ben.
Oh, wait. 1 sec. You know the rules. Always do a double track, man.
True that. Okay, double track. Let's go again.
The reason that we always do the double track in our music is just because it kind of feel like it's surrounding the listener. It's always really handy to have like things going on really far left and really far right. And so this is the two flutes in mono coming in the center. And as we bring it out, we kind of get a feel for just a stereo field. Sometimes it ends up at 30, sometimes it ends up all the way out at 50. Sounded great, Siân.
Definitely.
Modest as ever.
In this moment when we were writing this song In Your Skin, we had in the room Ben and James and I. And as I jam over, they'll be like, oh, this bit and that bit. And we sort of find the bits that work. And actually the solo in this, I did it on a one-off. And it was quite tricky to just keep replicating. So that was quite a fun little process of having to keep rolling it until we nailed it. It was super fun. We decided to keep the breaths and accentuate the breaths in the flute part because the solo is quite tight, so there isn't a great deal of space to breathe. And so rather than just having a sort of snatched breath, we decided to really accentuate it with those parts, which is quite fun. So when we play this live, also all of us bandmates do those breath parts. And if you're wondering why I'm grooving with it, it's because actually I tend to lag on the beat, and with the flute, particularly in terms of the low notes, you can easily lag. So I find a need to dance a little bit to make sure that you're absolutely nailing it with the rhythm.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, so Siân is sending over her files right now via Google Drive. We find it the best way of transferring files. It's incredible. So I'll import them into Ableton. Should we go inside my screen? Welcome into my computer. Here I've just imported Sian's files. I coloured them red because it's her favourite colour. So yeah, let's have a listen to it just as it is, just soloed without any effects on it. Gonna move it on a little bit. It's sounding pretty beautiful, isn't it? It's really nice. First thing I want to show you around, basically of Ghost and other forms, unlike a lot of electronic acts, we want to be able to play all of our stuff live. And that means that the first thing that we came across was how to harmonise Sian's flute. We realised, let's do that with a harmonizer plugin. And this one is our favourite that we found. It's a free plugin. So what we've done is we've created a bus on bus 6 over here, which is, I think Ableton calls them F. Yeah, it does it in terms of letters instead. I'm going to call it bus 6 because that's ridiculous. Here's pitch proof down here. It is made by Aegean Music. I have no idea how to say Aegean. Aegean?
Ben, it's the Aegean, like the Aegean Sea.
Well, I'm glad one of us is educated. So because it's on a bus end, keep the blend wet. And then we to select what key you're in. That makes it a bit more easy for the plugin to select what pitch shifting it should be doing to stay in key, and all that malarkey. So here we've got the pitch over here, and usually we choose the third harmony if we want it kind of like kind of sickly sweet, like the fourth harmony if we want it a little bit edgy, a little bit spooky, and the rest of the time we just choose the fifth harmony, probably because it's the easiest. And this one we have chosen the fifth harmony probably because the flute part here is quite intricate. We've got a lot else going on. We've got guitar, we've got several synths, we've got like, you know, Berra's looping as well. I think we just wanted to keep it fairly strict to the, you know, the melody of the flute solo. We'll solo it first. Here you go. So you get the gist, and actually, because we're sending it on a like a group, which essentially means that there's two things going through. I feel like the changes of the notes, where it's like is it's really affecting the pitch shifter quite a lot and creating quite a glitchy sound. I quite like that. I only started using Ableton maybe just over a year ago. And like the first thing I thought, I was just like, I need to create a fairly decent like overdrive setting. And this is my overdrive. This is my go-to overdrive. And this is what we put on Sian's flute to make it a bit cooler, because Sian's on some sort of mission to make flute cool, if that is even possible.
Make flute cool again, and that means making some weird sounds with it.
Yeah, I don't think explaining why flute is cool is either cool either, so this is it. So we're going to put a little bit of distortion, but bear in mind that distortion is only on the harmony, so it's creating some weird tones. Let's listen to that now. Oh yeah, I love that. Down a little bit. It's super weird sound, isn't it? It's what we did. It worked at the time. So the other thing then that we just add is lots of atmosphere. That's reverbs, that's delays. I love the Waves plugin H delay. I think that's a really good delay plugin.
That's sick.
I think when we opened the session, these guys are like right up high. So let's just listen to that back and see if that works. It's just crank it, like just try it any. Sounds awesome. I really like the way that only the harmonizer is like really tailing on, and you get a sense that there's other being in the background of the flute, and it's a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more interesting.
Love that.
It's getting a little bit out of hand there though. You'll notice that in our tracks that we kind of have things coming in, coming out, coming in. How we do it with automation, really. So what I'm going to do, a little experiment, set the automation off. So we press record, and I'm just going to kind of wing it, freestyle it, and see if I can get it right first time. Here we go. Stop messing around. Ooh. When the flute goes higher, I feel like we need to bring it down a little bit because, I don't know, it feels that way. And then increase it here. And then leave it to the top note. And then bring it back in. I feel like that was it. That was a good challenge. It's funny. I didn't feel the need to really like boost the reverb and the other delay. I quite like the fact that the pitch shifted flute is doing most of the kind of ethereal atmospheric work, whilst the lead instrument is doing the kind of hard graft of just staying at the front of the mix. This is like something that I've really learned from like producing some pop music, is that although like atmosphere and effects, they sound really, really nice. Like the thing that really translates in a mix and in a song is the actual song itself. Like we want to be able to hear the exact melody, and if you can't, it starts to turn into this kind of wishy-washy madness of like just sounds. And if you want something to be like catchy and tuneful, then you've got to keep it there. It's kind of a balancing act. So, Siân, are you ready to listen to it?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I just left off that little bit at the top there.
It's sounding absolutely sick. Digging it. I mean, you did it pretty quick. You did a good job.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Ben. See you next time for the next Geek Out session. We're a brand new band, so please like this video. Please subscribe to us. And if you want to see the full video for In Your Skin, check out below in the credits, and that's where you'll find it. Bye! You can go have dinner now.